Okay, so... Whoops. Sonic Adventure DX tells a story using the linear route. Let's go. Took me a while to remember which route I was doing that. So, normally Sonic Adventure is separated into stories for each character. And here we are doing Tails' story, and he has two categories that are usually played for him, where we have the linear route, which I think actually both the routes are as common as each other. There's the linear route and early ice cap route. So the linear route has you going through each level in the intended order by the developers, whereas early ice cap has you go into ice cap as soon as we get to the next area here, which is going to be the Mystic Ruins. So what we just picked up there were the jet anklets. The jet anklets give us 150% speed while flying, so we really do need that to go fast. Now we're going to have a fight with the Egg Hornet, where he will be shooting missiles at us for each phase. He will shoot a number of missiles at you. So phase 1 he does it once, phase 2 he does it twice, and phase 3 he does it 3 times. But there is a method that you can use to make it so you only have one cycle, where if you jump and then cancel it, you can then jump again before Eggman has a chance to recover from the attack, and that will reduce the amount of cycles you have to wait through. I have missed it with this one, so we are getting the normal 3 cycles, which is a shame. Okay, let's see if we can get... Okay, we didn't get hit this time, that's good. Now that Eggman's been taken care of for now, we need to pick up this rock here, which is the Wind Key. Tails, pick it up, please. The Windstone, and we are going to take it to the right side here. There will be an opening that we can walk into. We're going to throw it towards this pedestal here, and it will give us access to Windy Valley. We throw it because it should be faster for us to throw it rather than placing it normally. Now with Tails' story, normally you would be running through segments of Sonic's levels that he has in his story, but because we have Tails, we can fly through the levels, so we can completely ignore the entire level here and fly to the end. So we don't have to worry about any of this. Normally the objective is to beat Sonic to the end of the stage, but because of the flight, it is very easy to lose him, but again, Sonic rubber bands a lot. As you will see if you look at the progress bar that is at the bottom when we are doing an action stage. Now we're going to need to go back over to Station Square here, and we are going to go to Tails' second stage, Casinopolis, by hitting this button right here. So Casinopolis is normally a stage where, you have to go through it, and it is a fairly long stage, but if we just run towards the wall right there, we will clip right through it and skip the entire level. Not too sure on how to explain Casinopolis. I'm gonna need to get better at that. There's a whole level where we just skip it. After Casinopolis, we see Cream, and now we need to go back into this alley and pick up the ice key. There is a method of getting into the next area without the ice key, but I am too bad to do that, so we are picking it up. So now that this area here is opened up, we're just gonna run straight through with the key, and we will see an ice store, and we do the same thing that we did to gain access to Indy Valley here. Wait for the key to land on the pedestal, and then we just fly straight in. Got stuck on an invisible wall there, but that is fine. Also, we're just gonna fly up instead of using the ladder. So, Ice Cap is one of the few levels where you actually have to go through it. Because you are on a snowboard, you do not have access to Tails' flight or abilities here. So it is the normal way that you would go through this level. There is no, like, amazing trick or anything like that that I know of, so... You can learn to speedrun this level at home. And get world record ILs. Without having to worry about complicated tricks or anything like that. This is where I find out I am wrong. The only thing that we can gain speed from are these ramps. Now I'm gonna miss one ramp up there, but that is fine as long as we launch off the ramps. We get enough speed. So there are some red and white lines in the end of the ramps there. Now, you want to jump as Tails is sort of on top of those, and that will give you, like, the maximum distance and speed from the jump. If you don't, then you won't be going very far, and you'll be going at your normal top speed. So we're almost done with the level here. Got one more jump. And the Chaos Emerald should be right at the end of this slope. Now that we're done with Ice Cap, we are going to have a fight with the Oh No machine himself, Knuckles. And the character fights in this game are very easy. 3 hits and they're done. They usually take a while to attack you, so you have plenty of time to get it done. Now, straight after the Knuckles fight, there is a fight with Chaos 4. Chaos 4 actually has a pattern that he follows where he will move 3 times, attack, and then he will show his head up to the surface of the water. As far as I know, there is no method of manipulating which attack he does. Any attack is fine, but there are, except for, I think, there are 2 attacks that can lose time. One of them is if he attacks you with his hand, and another one is if he separates himself into 4 like separate balls, which can lose like 7 seconds each time he does it. Now in this last hit, he will do this attack cycles 3 times before he will show himself up at the top of the surface. So we are just gonna wait on those. He's going to do the second attack now. Move 3 times. Do his last attack, and he's gonna move 3 times again. And now he will show himself, and that is the end of the Chaos 4 fight. Next up, we need to go up to Tails' workshop, and we are going to have 2 minutes of a level where we do nothing. We don't need to play this level at all. The level is essentially an auto-scroller that will play itself. So now I have, like, time to answer chat or whatever. Or, you know, I could use this time for, like, marathon donations or whatever. Because nothing happens. So I'm just gonna use this time to take a drink. No, it is actually my second language. But I've also had difficulty stringing sentences together my whole life, so... Like, I know what I want to say in my mind, but... I keep thinking, wait, is this the right word? No, it's probably this, whatever. Or my sentence structure is completely off. And I've been tested for stuff like dyslexia and stuff like that, and that is not it. I just can't do it. My brain just doesn't work right, I guess. Well, thanks. That's actually really nice to hear that, you think that I'm doing a good job at it, because I feel like I am trying to explain a bit too much, or I am not getting the point across, so... I know there's stuff that I can definitely improve on, and that's what I'm hoping to do over time, so... Anyway, with this hit, that is the end of Sky Chase 1, so now we are gonna have to actually go play some levels again. We're gonna take this minecart here into the jungle, or the forest, I forget what it's called. And we're gonna fly over to the left to get a cutscene where we see a Chaos Emerald, which in the cutscene is taken by Froggy over here. Gonna need to fly up here, step on this switch, and now we wait for this sand to uncover the warp for the next level. Also, you can crash into it like that. So now we have Sand Hill, which is a level exclusive to Tales' story, I think. Could be wrong about that. But I'm pretty sure... I don't remember doing this level with Amy or Big. Because I know it's not in the Knuckles and Gamma stories. So it is basically the Ice Cap level again. We have these gates that we can go through if we want to. They don't do anything as far as I can tell, except give you a points bonus at the end. So all we really need to do is make sure that we land on all the speed boosters that we need and get that early ramp at the beginning. And that is the end of the level. We have caught Froggy, so now we go on to the past. So we're gonna fly to the left here again, and right here we are gonna get Tails' second upgrade, the Rhythm Ribbon or something like that. It basically lets us use our spin attack multiple times in succession, like rapid succession with the attack. Now we have to fly all the way back to his workshop, only to get Sky Chase Act 2. So it's the same level again, but we're gonna have something to do in the end instead. But until then, there is nothing like the last one. I just find it great that Tails has these two levels separated by one sub-game, so it's not even an actual level. So we have some free time again. So again, this could be used to fill donations or whatever. There's only one part where anything needs explaining. I mean, I was always told that my accent is weird for, like, the location I live in, because it basically is just a mashup of multiple accents put together because of how I learned to speak English. So there's, like, a bit of American in there, British, and, like, a lot of the British accents, a few American accents, and that it's weird. But because of how I learned the language, primarily, that's just how it ended up being. Yeah, I am 20. And will be 21 in 12 days, actually. So the explanation is going to start again once I go around. Once I go up from here. And I do not have a manly voice. Like, all my friends would disagree with that. Like, they would say, no, you sound like a 12-year-old. Anyway, back to the explanation. So now that we're at the front of the egg carrier, we just need to spam our attack button, and we are shooting towards the laser that hit us earlier. And if you get enough shots in, you will not take damage and beat him in one cycle. And now we have to land on the egg carrier. Now that we're on the egg carrier, we just need to fly up forwards. You can see Tails in the cutscene there. And now we're going to get another cutscene with the egg carrier transforming. And if you pause the game, the egg carrier disappears for some reason. And now we're going to go to Tails' second to last level, the sky deck. So Skydeck is the same level as, like, Sonic's first act of Skydeck, but cut slightly. Actually, no, it is the entirety of Sonic's Act 1 of Skydeck. So we are just gonna fly across like we did in the other levels, because we're gonna take... Oh, that's an invisible wall there. That is fine. We're going to take every advantage that we can against Sonic and land on the capsule right here. It's a soft lock there with Sonic, at least. I'm not sure if that applies to Tails. Or if you enter... I think if you enter Skydeck too early, you will soft lock there. Now we're gonna have a fight with Gamma. Same thing as Knuckles is. Also, this is basically what the rhythm badge does. It lets you spin constantly. After the Gamma fight, we are sent back to Station Square, and we are here at the last level with Tails, which is Speed Highway. So, instead of racing Sonic this time, we are racing Eggman to the goal. But the same thing, we just need to keep flying, and he shouldn't be able to catch up. Also, I've gone a very slow way here. But it's fine. We are okay with this. If I would have gone a faster way, I would have made it here in like 20 seconds instead of 30. I think. I don't know, I don't go that way. So. So, again, normal. This is about as normal as you will get through a level here, where the layout of the level actually... Oh, I have died. That is fine. We just got a checkpoint, so we are not too far off where we were. But yeah, this level has been designed a bit better with Tails' flight in mind, so you are essentially just going through the level normally. And now we have one final boss with Eggman, where he uses the Egg Walker. So the Egg Walker has these sort of blue, like, circle things on its legs, or its feet, and we have to... He will stomp on the ground with his legs, and we have to attack back the leg that he used. So this is going to take 5 hits. The more hits that we get, the more cycles he has. He used 2 of his legs instead of 1. So now I think he's going to use... Okay, it's 2 again. I thought it was going to be 3. 2 again. And for this last one, he is going to use 3 of his legs instead. And there we go. And that is time, so that is Tails' story. That is it. We have finished Tails' story, and I got a PB.